it's me, Animus Ghostie, Penny host, broadcasting to you from this ethereal post to entertain you to the utmost. There's a most time abundantly above on the day. Hello. I promise I'm not dying. I'm gonna take my salmiakki so I don't forget to, because I keep forgetting to because I don't want to eat it. I don't want to eat it, but I'm gonna eat it. Okay, done the hatch. There we go. We're good. We're good. So, today we're going to be playing some Peam first. Just our daily Peam. And then we are going to be doing Aliens Fireteam Elite with a new friend, Amber Goldbug, and old friend, Felicity Ryan. So we're going to have a lot of fun. I hope. I hope. So let's start with the Peam. Because we only have like an hour and 5 minutes to do Peam. And part of me is like, okay, we only have an hour and 5 minutes. Just do your Tenderfoot. But what kind of possum would I be if I didn't at least attempt Ascent 5 today? No! No, fuck you, I ain't buying shit. Fuck you. No. I ain't buying shit. Yeah, cause here's the thing, like, I know that I could play this on my own. You are so cute. I think we're just gonna do the Tenderfoot. I could play this on my own at nighttime, like it was. But the thing is, I have this really cool husband named Goji, and I like spending time with him. I like spending time with him. I like, I like, we are currently playing through Guild Wars on our own. And I personally kind of just like staying out there with my Goji and playing things and watching stuff and being generally close by him. Now, if you guys remember yesterday, it was an Alpine map when we played, but we didn't play once the map had changed. Unfortunately, we missed the amazingness of a tomb being opened. I could have shown you guys getting all the way with Bing Bong. But today, on the 27th, should be an Alpine map. So we'll just run that one. Yeah, I'm super excited for today. You know, I know you guys are aware. Don't be a warehouse though. Warehouses, if you're a warehouse, then on the full moon you turn into a house. Don't be a warehouse. It's quite terrifying, but it does, you know, offer free lodging for your friends in that one particular situation. Then you have multiple people inside you, and that's, you know, just waiting for somebody to be lewd. Yeah, I'm quite excited. I'm aware that a lot of times when I play with people, my enthusiasm for Alien is quite overblown in comparison to theirs, because like I get it. I can be an annoying possum. It's just I think they're so cute. But today we're gonna be playing with people who know their ish. And I'm so excited. So happy. You have no idea. So happy. It is my job as the orator to explain how happy I am. The thing is, like, I've struggled with this, especially since starting to stream. Despite really enjoying telling stories and doing stuff, but in that genre, whether that be writing or like being a silly, I find that I never procured the necessary speech skill to tell consistently interesting stories. And I'm still working on that, because, like, it is a skill. You have to build that skill up. It's not something that you're just born with. Maybe it's Maybelline. You have to invest in your own charisma. In your own way of telling stories. Some people just have an affectation that makes it easier. But a lot of times, whether you realize it or not, you're learning by watching other people, assimilating their style, changing it a little bit so it's your own. And I find that I become I have difficulty talking stories. I have difficulty telling people. This came to a head even in writing. Like if I'm trying to explain something I'm doing in a story, and I'm like explaining it to somebody, but I'm not writing the story, it can be hellishly bad. Trying to write a blurb for a novel is its own skill set as well. And I struggle with it so much because it feels disingenuous. The writing of the blurb feels disingenuous because it's marketing material. And I'm actually not quite good at marketing because I generally internalize that as lying. So it's a process that I'm learning. Because I'm not very good at lying. I'm not very good at this. But I have to get better at it so that I can advertise my stories to people who don't come to my streams because they're not interested in a tiny Oplashium ghost. They theoretically are interested in whatever I've written, though. So I should make it clear, bro. Yeah. I generally do peak run solo to the point this is Tenderfoot, so it's the easiest. It's very easy. And I can pretty much assuredly get it done in an hour. We're on trying to finish Ascent 5, which is giving me a lot of trouble. But yeah, I play this more often solo than with other people, to the point that if I'm playing it with other people, I forget that the other people are with me in game, and I will just go off on my own. That's just my lot in multiplayer games. I play them solo 90% of the time. I did the same thing with Repo. I did the same thing with Lethal Company. Yeah, I'll take that. And the baton. If we're lucky, we'll get in the Possum Space Program, but I doubt it. Yeah, I've gotten all of the achievements. And I'm just working towards getting through all of the different ascents. So. The Carmelo. The only games that I typically don't solo tend to be shooters, just because I'm not actually. Well, I'm getting better at shooters. I can get better at shooters. I have been actually. I think the last game that gave me significant trouble, like finishing on stream, was actually Alien Isolation. Oh, see, I'm playing through Elden Ring on Tuesday nights under the guidance of my friend Thrice Talon. Like, I guess this is a platformer. It's a lot more about climbing than it is about platforming, though. There's not as many jumping puzzles. And then we'll take you. I'm sad I didn't start earlier, because if I started earlier, then we could still have yesterday's map and I could show you guys the tomb entrance. Oh, yeah, I've never played Hollow Knight. The last 2D, like, platforming type game that I played on stream was probably Castlevania Symphony of the Night. What is a man, etc., etc. That was a lot of fun, and also a lot easier than I remember it being as a child. I'm pretty sure we mostly 100%ed that too. It was good. We had fun. Silly Alucard. Silly Adrian. The fact that his middle name is Fahrenheit. His name is Adrian Fahrenheit Sepesh. And, you know, Dracula apparently was a decent dad, but I gotta question either his or his wife's naming conventions. Yeah! Which, I mean, Vlad the Impaler did actually have children, but I don't remember their names. I used to know them, but I don't anymore. And I gave that... I had an entire file folder full of information about Vlad the Impaler. But I gave that to a friend and he never gave it back. So, what the fuck is going on? I do not want to be exploded. Do not explode the possum. Nummy, nummy, nummy. Nope. None of that is useful to me. None of it is useful. Get it out of my sight. I mean, I don't think that has an out. I think we're not going inside. I think we're going outside. Yeah, we could probably get up there. I mean, I have a ton of stamina, and also, again, this is like... This is baby mode. I must remind that this is baby mode. This is Tenderfoot. This is not even normal peak time. So it's gonna be a lot easier. Hi, Altarian. How's it going? I still don't get that reference or what it's supposed to mean. I still do not understand. I think I'd enjoy being able to be outside more often. Sometimes. But I am an indoor opossum. Fuck game. No! Go down. We'll wait until after it stops raining. Ah, I see. I personally like being inside more than I like being outside most of the time. Like some of the best indoor times, if you live in like Edmonton specifically, is if you get on the pedways between buildings. Cause in the winter times, holy fuck, those are your saving grace. Okay, we're almost there. Yeah. Do not explode me. I'm not a splody possum. Most of the time. So I mean pedways because they're like little glass covered walkways, right? Between buildings. It's like being both indoor and outdoor at the same time. Like I said, it's amazing in the middle of winter when it's neg 50 outside and you gotta go from one building to the next on the university campus. Yeah, exactly. It's less Skyriming and more rubbing my face into a rocky wall until they let me up. Guys understand. Guys understand. Let's see. Yeah, no, we're gonna make peak definitely in time. Definitely in time to then go shoot xenomorphs. Shoot the cute little xenomorphs who never did nothing. They were just sitting there. They're just sitting there having a good day, and then you come in with your shotguns and your flamethrowers, and you're like, no, you are the evil one. And the xenomorph's just like, eh? And then he make cute noises, and then they shoot him anyway. And then all of the different, those are greens. Those are gonna poison you if you eat them. All of the different institutions for the humans are corrupt, but they look at one specific corpo and go, "You're the problem." Look, I get corporations are evil. They are. That everybody agrees. We all agree that corporations in their core of their being are evil and are mostly just eldritch beings that are, well, I guess not evil, more like amoral, because they are eldritch beings attempting to understand their place in this human life and attempt to overcome it and generally just replace the humans with whatever they need. But I personally posit that if you don't take responsibility for them, I totally understand and agree with you for not taking responsibility. I'm just saying that once you get so big that you're like a mega corporation that controls even like the supply of oxygen to space stations and stuff, that you are probably so big you don't know what everybody else in your place is doing. You know? And so you say that the corporation is evil, and I agree with you, but which part? Or is every part, even the part that runs the school lunch program, evil? Because they do that, the government does not in this world. It's about money. Yeah, it is weird in a post-scarcity society, but the thing is, I guess it's not actually supposed to be post-scarcity because like there's overpopulation. But as I would explain if you guys got us to the Farm Fresh Xenomorph presentation, we can turn xenomorphs into a reason that we don't have to worry about food anymore. It is a military application. You can have a military application for them, but it's food. It's not. The xenomorphs themselves are not weapons. They're food. They're incredibly cute, though. Friend computer? Yeah, you can. So, they are a high source of protein. They are generally considered closest to insects. And even if we couldn't eat them, even if we couldn't break them down into protein, which I have an entire presentation about how we could do that. Don't worry, I've thought this out. I've spent way too much thought on this. Even if we couldn't do that, they're wonderful, they have wonderful things within them that we can use, like their blood, obviously for an industrial strength acid. However, as scientists have shown, you can convert even the most potent acids into drinkable water. So they are essentially plausible sources of traveling potable water. And also, they have an endoskeleton and exoskeleton, which I don't understand, but you know, I'll take it. And so that will be a wonderful source of other things that we can use. Fan computer. Smiling is mandatory. No smiling. Exactly. You understand, Eltarian. All I'm saying is we're thinking of xenomorphs in way too small of a thought process. I think that there's so much room for better usage of them than we've seen, and I have a plan, and all I need is a little bit of capital and I'm gonna take these winter berries, 'cause they're really cool. Well, all we know for sure is that it is a very potent acid, right? But because we can turn acid into potable water, so drinkable water, then we can just turn the xenomorph blood into water. You know, so one could assume that if you inject one with baking soda, it would in fact kill the xenomorph. Because, like, I don't know. I don't know how much of this is headcanon. Because this has literally been looking at... So, Amber, this started out because in the TTRPG I was telling you about, my character found out about xenomorphs and she got super excited and sent a plan. No, the headcanon on turning acid into water is not a headcanon. That's a reality. Like, you can turn potent acid into water. So, technically, you could turn, I don't know. I think it's plausible. And if not plausible, then at the very least, we can try it out. You know, I'm just saying we haven't tried enough. You know, we haven't tried enough. Everybody's like, "Ooh, scary," but look. We eat bears and sharks. Why can't we eat xenomorphs too? And I have the plan to do it. I have a very well thought out and researched plan on how to do it. Look. Xenomorphs, it depends, because what you do, right, is you have the person get facehuggered. Obviously, that's the first step. We have an excess population, and depending on what you're using as... Like, I know that in some parts of canon, you can have a C-section and survive and like, having a facehugger in you. And some versions of canon you can't. Though it doesn't actually matter which one we have, because if you cannot exist like after you've been facehuggered, then that's fine. We just do it with either people who don't wish to live anymore, or you use it for the violent prison population that they have those like giant mega prisons for anyway. Yeah, so just, well, and then we already know that we have synthetic organs too. So that's probably a cheaper way to handle it anyway. Probably cheaper for us than dealing with the human cost of transportation and all of that. Well, in the new thing it says lung. In the new show it says lung. So then, but if you don't care, or if, you know, you have a synthetic lung, or you have a person that you're willing to sacrifice, either are appropriate because you just have a chute from that, into kind of like a tunnel that holds the chest hugger. That would be so cute if there were chest huggers. Fine. Holds the chest burster. As it matures, feeds it whatever it needs to mature. And then once it is at the maturity level of being a fully grown xenomorph, you either put a bolt through its brain to, you know, in the same way that you would with like a cow. Or you inject it with, baking soda. Which theoretically could be a more humane way of killing it. We're not really sure. That this requires testing. And so this is how you manage the killing of the xenomorph. You have collection for the blood so that you can either use it as the industrial acid that it can be, or turn it into potable water if you're in an extreme situation where the planet doesn't have water on its surface and you need something to drink. And you're out of coffee for some reason. But I mean, the company provides free coffee, so I don't know how you'd be out of coffee. But I suppose you could be. I love how this is supposed to be walkable, by the way, and we're still climbing. There we go. And see, this is also the problem with an ever-expanding universe, because you have to establish your lore and keep it that way, or everything just dies over time. And that is the sadness of it. Well, this is Tenderfoot, so it is the easiest version. And also, when I'm talking to you guys, I feel less worried about making mistakes. It's like when I play this at nighttime on my own, I have like video essays going in the background. So I'm not actually really thinking about what I'm doing in this. I'm just going. And why I would say yes. That's what I'm saying. You have to essentially have one person in control and creative head if you want a consistent thing, or you have to have people willing to stick to a world Bible, because once you have this amalgamation that takes place in corporate-headed stories, you get into the problem of what's canon, what's not canon, this is canon, then it's not, then that's canon, then that's not. And it gets really annoying. And it's one of the reasons why I fucking hate Disney right now. Legends forever, baby. Legends forever. This is a Legends only household. Yeah. And like, I think Alien and Aliens are cool. I stopped watching at that because one of my friends who really loves the series was telling me, don't watch Alien 3. Just stop at Aliens, don't watch more. It's not worth it. So I have not seen any other movies. Like, the original was supposed to end with Xeno having mind control. What the fuck? That seems interesting and weird. But if we're working with the canon, and we're also dealing with an odd situation where we have like a carapace, we have an exoskeleton. It obviously has an exoskeleton. Like, this is the case, right? 100% all of us can agree Alien has exoskeleton, right? The xenomorph has a carapace. We all know this. But it also has teeth. It also has teeth. Which means it has an interior skeleton at the same... Like, it has an interior skeleton too. Which bothers me. But, you know, that's fine. It's fine, we can deal with it. You know, deal with it. Well, okay, here's the problem that I have with that ending, even though I think it's pretty cool. How's it making the voice? Because if it just has her head, it has no bellows with which to create the wind required to make the vocal cords work. It was controlling Ripley's head. Oh, so she was typing. Okay. Yeah? Forcing it to talk, though. Oh! Ripley was alive. Okay, that was the part I was missing. I was, you know, going a little more morbid than that. Okay, I can see I was the problem in that situation. I do apologize. Yeah, alive enough to work. I just, you know, my brain went to decapitated head. Well, yeah, but a lot of the things in Alien 3, from what I understand, were because Sigourney Weaver didn't want to deal with this shit anymore. And she wanted to have sex with the alien. Which is wild to me. Yeah, but you would have to figure out some way for the bellows to work, and you'd have to have like a vocal cord thing, because like your vocal cords are not in your head. What? That she wanted to have sex with the alien? That's from an actual interview. They have bellows, but how are they going to put that into the human vocal cord everything? What? Did you just look it up and see that Sigourney Weaver did want that? Yeah, because she was very... Look. Woman's beautiful and wonderful and very, very talented. 100%. I agree with that. She has some batshit crazy ideas. But they're smaller around. Who would do that? I expect that you probably know like a ton more about this franchise than I do, Amber. Like, you've been looking at it much longer than I have. I just did the insanely dumb thing in 2024 of being like, I need to know everything about this. So I just, you know, you ever do that thing where you're like, I have to understand this, so you just make it work. You make that happen. I'm sad we haven't had any chain launchers. We haven't had a single chain launcher. We'll have our... No. There we go. What's that? Hello, did I know what? Ah, thank you. How are you? I'm just doing a daily Peam before I go and play some aliens. Fireteam Elite with Amber and Felicity. My tongue wanted to stop at Felicit. Like, that's not her name. I am okay. My voice has struggled, but it's okay. We're good. I got me a drink. I got a cute possum plushie beside me. I also was born before the internet, but I have a lot of disparate ideas and thoughts. And no, I don't want to do that. I meant to 3. It's just that last year I decided to do a deep dive because I wanted to know what my job was. And instead of learning what my job was, I still have no idea what my job was. Before the publicly available internet. We'll say that. I don't know, when are we talking about personal computers? Because I remember when my family got the first family computer. I also remember my mom borrowing her boss's car once, and it had a car phone in it, and we thought that was the coolest shit ever. Again, we're being a bit pedantic if we're saying publicly available internets. Like the net that I am not older than the first computer. I am not older than intranets that were being used by different facilities and things like that. But I am older than the internet that people think of when they think of internet. At least I think so. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Yeah. Matthew Damon. It's fine. It's fine. Didn't want to have to do all the herdy rock climbing. Can I stand here? You're gonna go a little bit away. Will we stop burning? Wake up, it's 1984. Wake up, oh, we've been here before. Ba 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 ba. Big brother's watching, but we don't care. Wait, hold on. Big brother's watching, we watch him back. We see right through his disguise. Tries to scare us with angry words, but we all know that they're lies. No, no. Open your eyes, sisters and brothers. What is going on? Can I please just move upwards in a jaunty fashion? This game, I swear to fuck. Sometimes possums just want to move upwards in a jaunty fashion. Yeah. Now I have to deal with the vagina again. I don't even remember what I was talking about with that, but you know. I apparently said it. I'm gonna have to go in there because I know that you or someone put in a quote that was like you misheard what I said, and I'm gonna have to change that, cause like this is for quotes. This is not for mishears. Yeah, I'm gonna be at the top, and then I'm just gonna chat until everybody's ready. There's no rush. I'm gonna set all of the layers off. Make this. I'm a smart possum. Yeah. What are you talking about? I'll try and... Don't be horny on main, please.
No 7 combo chose to be last.
Gentle Corgias, thank you for being last. Thank you for headbats. No horny on main. You can be horny on your main, just not on my main. Should I go on that way? That'd probably be smart. No. This is an 18 plus safe for work stream. My dream one day, if I ever do any more like RPing on MMOs, is to make an 18 plus no ERP guild. RP guild. Cause you start the ERP and that's when things start going downhill. Cause then people's egos and bullshit gets involved, and I don't want to deal with that. Yes, 18 plus only. That doesn't mean that you gotta be horny. Horny and 18 plus do not coincide all the time. You gonna look at me and tell me that I am a not safe for work streamer? I mean, to be fair, a lot of what I do on my stream is not necessarily safe for work. I wouldn't recommend letting an opossum on your office software, but you know. Hi, Rian. Thank you for no cursing. Give me 1 second and I'll start up my timer. How are you, by the way? I don't think we need to be horny on main, though. Okay, no cursing for 10 minutes starting now. You will curse. Heck! Aha, told you. That was the level of cursing that child Ghostie believed was plausible. To say the word heck. And darn. Darn was a bad word. We'll just drop this. Did not find an opossum space program, Sag. Are you feeling better and more awake? Find me in the Alps. Peam goes well. We are going to Peam. We're Peaming here right now, live on stream. Peaming all over Twitch. I know, it's so shocking. Ghostie's peaming all over Twitch. Live on Twitch. She's peaming. Sudoku! For the whole world to see, yeah. By the way, ads are about to start. I'm gonna be sitting here chatting with chat, setting things up for the collab. We peamed in 52 minutes. And I'm Tenderfoot.